You're watching TVC Breakfast. It's time for us to see the headlines across Nigerian newspapers. And I have with me in the studio Jide Ologun. He's our regular on a day like this. Jide, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Mike.
to see you.
Thank you.
Great. And joining us via Zoom, we have Tunji Abdulhamid. Tunji, good morning. It's good to have you join us on Zoom today.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Baisa Ologun. Good morning, Nigeria.
Great. All right, let's begin with the Leadership newspaper. Leadership says, Kaduna train attack, 8 bodies recovered, 26 injured. Survivors narrate ordeal. Many still missing. Hunt down the terrorists. PMB orders service chiefs. Oshibaju Rufai others visit victims in hospitals. All right, that's the Leadership newspaper. News Direct says Abuja Kaduna train attacks shock Tinubu, cancels 70th birthday colloquium. Buhari orders security chiefs to arrest perpetrators. Rail operations suspended temporarily. Fresh attack rocks Gidan train station. All right, that's News Direct. And we have the first news now, Kaduna train explosion. Tinubu cancels 70th birthday bash, as a casualty rate is still to be determined. 8 corpses recovered so far by source there. That's the first news. Daily Trust is next, and Abuja Kaduna train bombing is the focus here. 9 killed, dozens survivors recount ordeal. Outrage as medical doctor, MBT director, others killed. Ex-Zamfara deputy governor, others injured. Nigeria mourns. Tinubu cancels colloquium, damage worth over 3 billion naira. Amechi saying this. Chief of Army Staff, IGP order manhunt of terrorists. Okay. From there, let's go to Blueprint. Kaduna Abuja train attack. All right. Bank of Agriculture MD Hassan missing. TUC scribe, Kwara chair, 6 others killed, 26 injured. So all fallout, sad. Very sad fallout from the attack. Vanguard newspaper is next. How gunmen stormed train, rained terror on passengers. That's the Vanguard newspaper. Anguish as 8 died, 26 injured, scores missing. Let's go to the Nation newspaper. Nation says 8 dead, 41 injured, many still missing on train attack. Buhari orders troops to track down Kaduna terrorists. 398 passengers on board. Survivors recount how attack happened. Amechi saying, I don't know what to tell Nigerians. He was quoted here at saying this. It's really a devastating experience. Daily Sun is next, and it says, outrage, tears trail Kaduna train attack. And TUC secretary, Kwara TUC chairman, medical doctor, 5 others confirmed dead. Relatives of passengers besiege hospitals. Bandits attack another station in Kaduna. Resign now. Middle Belt Forum youths, February tell Buhari bandits were teens, spoke strange languages. Survivors are saying this. Bandits were teens and they spoke strange languages. All right, we'll certainly be talking about this. Nigerian Tribune is next. Kaduna train attack, survivors recount ordeal with terrorists. Our attackers were between 18 and 20 years. They were, and all right, different recounting here, they were speaking different various languages. As they say, they look like Chadians and Nigerians, these were all accounts of different people. All right, from there, let's go to this day. This day says, cause feared kidnapped in terrorists' daredevil raid on the Kaduna train. Survivors speak of their ordeals, say they saw hell, prayed and prayed. Buhari, no one will hold us to ransom. Orders military to be ruthless with terrorists. Amechi confirms 8 dead, 41 hospitalized, 362 passengers on board. TUC, NMA, NBA, MBTE suffer casualties. Bank of Industry MD Hassan Nis, others still missing. Life is near worthless under the APC president, says the PDP. All right, that's this day. The Punch newspaper is saying Kaduna Abuja train attack. Buhari National Assembly governors demand tough action. Survivors recount ordeal. Outrage greets killings of doctor, unionists, government officials in Kaduna-bound train attack. Airlines halt flights to Kaduna over attacks. Rep summon NSA, service chiefs, IG. I felt my soul leaving my body, recount survivor who saw another passenger shot. So really terrible feelings. The Guardian is next. Shock as terrorists launch another train attack in 24 hours. Buhari to service chiefs, be more decisive. Don't spare anyone unlawfully wielding AK-47. Michi saying government's slow procurement process led to loss of lives on Abuja-Kaduna train. Oshibajo cancels Lagos trip, visits Kaduna to condole with the victims. Tinubu calls off 70th birthday celebration over attack. All right, these are all stories on the Guardian newspaper. National economy, politicians' huge spend for campaigns may spike inflation. Investigation is revealing this. And more money to chase less goods as Nigeria's agri-manufacturing sectors lag. Right, this are national economy. Business day is next. Kenji to subsidy. How Nigeria's debt drifted from grace to grass. That's what Business Day has, and that's the last one we're looking at now. All right, let's get into the stories now. Gentlemen, you've been following this development. It's really sad how the train was attacked on Monday and twice, but the first one was recorded more devastation, and up until now some persons are still missing. Now we hear the president has ordered the service chiefs to do more and to ensure that they make some arrests, and they should be ruthless, and all of that. I believe this is not the first time we're hearing the president speaking and giving a matching order to the service chiefs. Jide, what do you make of this?
Firstly, let me express my condolence to the families that have lost loved ones, and to Nigeria, and to ask God for mercy upon this land. It was a tough day, and again within 24 hours another attack took place. In addition, the kidnapping on the highway. And on the statement of the president, I think I just have to advise this morning. Aesop, a wise man, said, after much is said and done, more is said than done. The president and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces may be leaving office soon, and history is recording. I won't be happy if we have it in history that his regime has come as the lowest in terms of security for several reasons. A retired general in the army, one-time military head of state, with all the Tucano jets, with the budgetary allocation, with the accusation that there is a Fulanization agenda of Nigeria, as released by Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. And if you look at the account of some of the victims of the Kaduna Abuja train attack, there are some of these young boys between 18 and 20, Fulani, speaking strange languages. You say, I'm not here to debate this morning, but we see these things happening, and it appears we are condoning the crime. You see, and I will justify that. Right now, the report has not been withdrawn. There are over 500 sponsors of Boko Haram have been identified in Nigeria, and none has been mentioned. Talk less of even prosecuting. So what is going on? What is the essence of government? Section 14 subsection 2 of the Nigerian Constitution says that 1999 as amended, that the security and the welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. So where are we? So now, Bandits went to Kaduna airport, operated freely. So where is the place of the Air Force of Nigeria? What are we? It's ridiculous. Mr. President, I love you, sir. And I have asked a question at a time. Leadership runs with vision. And I doubt if the sorrow, blood, and pains in Nigeria have anything to do with the vision of the president when he was coming to the office, except that is the case. But I know he promised with the party to fight corruption, fight insecurity, and revive the economy of Nigeria. But in the boardroom, you talk about returns on investment. Years down the line, what reports do we have now? Now, look at Kaduna, different kinds of killings. I mean, every soul belongs to God. And now we are at the mercy of strangers. But again, before I anchor this, I go back to one of the actions of the president I'm not comfortable with, and I expressed my feelings then. When he went to Egypt and said immigrants were welcome from Africa to Nigeria to obtain visa on arrival, some of them came in, they started registering them, e-registration as citizens. And great Nigerians, we need to pray. You see, the Taliban in Afghanistan, they held about 3/4 of Afghanistan between 1996 and 2001, before the American government came in and some allies to dislodge them. And Afghanistan caved in August 2021 or thereabout to Taliban regime. And Buratai, the former chief of army staff, has warned us that this terrorism may go on for 20 years. So what exactly is going on? Recently, the governor of Niger State cried out that think about 12 out of 25 local governments are under the control of bandits. Things happening in South Koto. Again, the Southeast now unknown gunmen. So what exactly is going on? So, but I take it back to leadership and say that history is recording. But how I wish that when my president, whom I respect so much, is out of office, at least we should have a record that people rejoiced, there was prosperity. And because in the statements of the Bible and echoed by the vice president, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Once again, I express my condolence, and I have a heavy heart towards the situation in the country.
All right. Tunji, let me bring you in here. The point there is, it's quite troubling when you listened to some of the victims of this attack, and they say that those boys who were in their teens, for instance, a lot of them were speaking strange languages that were not Nigerian. Some of them said they were from Chad, some of them said they were from Niger, some of them said they were from different other countries, that they were not speaking Nigerian languages. What do you make of a situation like that, where it seems like Nigeria is under attack of foreigners, who are criminals and who are bandits, yet they operate, destroy infrastructure that billions of money, taxpayers' money, and sometimes even borrowed, are invested to handle. They destroy these things and leave no arrest, no trace, nothing happens. What do you make of that?
Mike, you see, it's unfortunate and then it's sad. Let me also join the Nigerians to condole with the people that lost their life. At least I know about 2 or 3 people there. It's unfortunate that we are having this. And the reality is this, except we are trying to deceive ourselves. This is a clear confirmation of failure of government. There is no other way to put it. I don't have any other adjective. That's how I can put it. It's a total failure of government. The essence of government, just like Mr. Logan rightly said, is to provide security and welfare for the people as provided by Section 14 of the Constitution. We are not saying that. If there is security in this country, this will not be happening. And you see, the government, particularly this present government, has shown an attitude of lackadaisical attitude towards what's it called, security in this country. They often not do much when it comes to things. They wait until something happens before they start making a statement and they're making promises. You see, it's not unfortunate that we are in this situation. Life is being lost. It appears we don't follow life again any longer. We see life as nothing. Even an ant, even if an ant died, the other ant, they will gather and then they do a kind of whatever. But in Nigeria, we just see it as normal. So I think is a situation whereby you give priority to foreigner or those who are not Nigerians in your country. You get this kind of results. We were in this country when the president said they should visa, you arrive without visa, and then the priority to providing a raid to or something to Niger Republic or some other places. And we're also being told by this government, by the president, that only God can secure us. So I don't know what the president is still doing there when he knows he cannot secure us. Because the job of the president is just to provide security and welfare. If the president cannot provide security, the president has no business to be in power. That is his job. That's the reality. Except we want to deceive ourselves. You see, the president has shown a lot of lackadaisical attitude in terms of running this country. The president will sit aloof and see things happen before making statements. He has made these statements so many times instead of giving marching orders, and nothing will happen. Nobody's being punished. How do you expect anything to change? I think it's unfortunate that we're just losing life unnecessarily. I don't believe in that. Before that, I often say that, look, I don't believe you died on untimely death, but it appears people are dying on untimely death now. I want to agree with some people who talk about untimely death. You see, it's man-made cause. We are the one causing it. We're not doing the right thing at the right time. We're not even doing anything. Especially in this regime where we spend a lot of trillion to provide security for this country, and nothing is being done. We are not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything. You may be seeing something. I'm not seeing anything regarding security in this country. I think it's unfortunate, and the president should do more and sit tight. And then if we're in a country where things are done the way it should be done, the president will have this morning said that resign. Even yesterday, will have resigned his position. Minister Messi will no longer be in power. He's talking about non-provision of what's it called, tracking machine. What was he looking for? What was he looking at all this while? When the way was being built, don't they think of this? Don't they think that this will also be required and then make the provision together? I think we're not serious in this country. I'm showing the attitude of unseriousness. I pray, and I'm not expecting anything better again before the end because we are in a season of politics. Government is playing. Everybody is playing politics now. The governance will go to the background now, and what we'll be doing is politics. I am not going to be surprised. I would not expect that anything will change between now and the. This is what you hear. You just hear these comments. 2-3 days after, nothing will happen again, and the life will continue again. This happened a few months ago. We did not provide any security for this trade. This is what we call the safest, one of the safest means of transportation in the world. But in Nigeria, it's no longer so. When you have governors or those in government who are to provide leadership, flying all over everywhere and leaving the people to battle with the bad road and the security of the road, you cannot get it better. There's no way you can do that. The government, I don't know when last our president traveled on road to anywhere in this country. It's all about everywhere is by private jets, and you expect anything to change. Nothing will change. The president is not seeing what is bad in this country because he's not seeing it. He's not going there. He's not using it. Until this is done.
Well, but Tunji, the point there is the president, the office of the president has privileges. We don't expect the president to travel to for instance, and travel by road or travel to Ukari or travel to
Excuse me. Where is that law stated?
No, it's not a law. What I'm saying is that
if a president can bypass the bad road and allows, what is the essence of the president in power? Is to provide good thing for the people, welfare. Then the president will travel abroad for medical, and you expect me to send in the bad hospital in Nigeria to take my own medical. That's not fair. We're not telling the truth.
All right, Tunji, thank you.
People have been lost.
All right, thank you. We really understand, and if one assesses all of these, of course, it could pop your mind one way or the other. Now, just yesterday, Lagos stood still for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his 70th birthday colloquium, but it had to be cut short because of this security issue, the attack on the train in Kaduna.
You know, that was a very touching decision by Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it's called empathy. And there are 3 key elements in empathy, you know, the cognitive, emotional, and compassionate, being compassionate. And empathy itself is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. And he said that he could not imagine himself dancing and rejoicing, even though he's grateful to God for turning 70. While the nation is going through the kind of calamities we have right now. And I think it's quite commendable. I just wish that level of empathy can also manifest in government to say, how can our subjects, be exposed to this. If you can see it now, it's escalating. This is not a matter of destroying rural people. And like Barrister Blamid also expressed, you see infrastructures that we have borrowed money to put in place being blown off and things like that. So I must commend Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I don't envy him now because he played a very influential role in bringing this government to office, and I will think that he expected as a party leader that a change promise will be delivered upon. But right now, if anyone is not concerned about the state of the nation, I wonder which republic the person belongs to. So we wish the Asiwaju himself a happy birthday, and then we pray that God will somehow just bail Nigeria out of this embarrassing situation.
It's all right. It's really an embarrassing, in fact, it goes beyond embarrassment. Sometimes it's disgraceful a situation, sometimes if you see it from different perspectives. But thank you very much for your time on the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Great.
And God bless Nigeria.
And Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Great.